So again, the URL is right up there. I also put the URL right up here on the board, so if you are looking for it, that should be, this is an L, not an I, just so you know. And it is case sensitive, so. So again, it's only 3 questions just for me to kind of get an understanding of where you guys are at with Google and what I can tailor my presentation to, so.
You just took it away. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's right up there, yep, yep, sorry.
That's okay.
Not popping up for you there, Mr. Taylor?
I'm struggling.
Right.
Mine says I need permission.
Really?
You need permission.
Let me go grant you permission. It is case sensitive there, Mr. Taylor, just so you know. What's that? 2006. Doesn't sound familiar. Yep. Ooh. That's not cool.
Did you get in?
No.
What's your username?
Me?
Yeah. For Google.
Okay. For my Chrome one?
Just your Google. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
J Homestead Haglund. Or J H Homestead Hag. There it is. There it is.
There it is, right there. Okay.
Why does it keep?
I just typed in Homestead, so that's
Yeah,
why it was
you'll
wondering.
find it.
There.
And now should I retype the URL again?
I sent it to you through email or your
Oh,
Google
got it.
Mail. So if you just go to Google
Okay.
Mail, it should pop up.
Well,
right for
I
you.
didn't sign up for this either, so I'm not gonna be.
What's up?
I didn't sign up for.
That's fine. I'll share it with you. So this slideshow you're talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can share it with you. I'll do that right now.
Be easier if I could just go to Google.
There, so it should be under shared with me, and you can
Yep, I have it.
again just copy and paste that link there, Mr. Taylor, as well. So you want to learn how to make these forms?
Yeah, I don't have to do that at all.
Okay. And actually this year I'm putting all my tests on Google Forms too. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see how it works. Mr. Newman's been doing it for like 3 years. Yeah, they're all Google Forms. So and then he has Fugru, which corrects them for him. So I can show you how to use creative forms.
Same class.
Well, no, you can just copy and paste them. Copy the questions
yeah.
into the question and then paste or copy your multiple choice answers, whatever it may be. There's different settings, so you can do like check boxes, you can do multiple choice, you can do true and false, there's all of these options. Correct, yep, so it's called paragraph, what they call it is paragraph, and they can type in their essay.
Okay.
I can show you how to do that. Save in a desktop, what's the best way to use Google? Alright,
I can't find it. Why am I not?
Mr. Taylor?
Just hold it across.
Okay, go down to, click on the other.
Oh, drive, there it is, okay, fine.
That's it, the drive. And then share with me. There. And there's the presentation right there. All right, so as I think Mr. Taylor's finishing up the form or taking the form. I'm gonna get going, just so I wanna give you guys plenty of time to work. So I'm hoping my hope is that I only talk for 10 minutes here and then I give you 30 minutes to work, or 30 minutes to work on things that you guys hear from my presentation. So my focus today is collaborating with Google Drive and Docs and how to use this within your classroom with students, parents, those types of things. So first off, why Google Drive and Google Docs? And actually, I think no, I didn't. Okay, why Google Drive and Google Docs? Google Drive and Google Docs allows you to be able to work with multiple people at the same time, and they don't even have to be in the same city, same state, they could be across the world. Google Docs and Google Drive allows you to do a lot of things in order to collaborate, and I'm going to talk about those. The reason I have my sister-in-law up here is because a couple days ago, my sister called me and said, hey Matt, I need help. I don't know how to use Google Drive and Google Docs. And she said, I'm taking a class at Northland, and 2 of my classes actually are primarily on Google Drive and Google Docs, and I don't know how to use it at all. And so she came over, I gave her a little tutorial on it, and that's where it sparked my idea of, hey, maybe I need to give more tutorials on how to use Google Drive and Docs, because her school district did not have Google Drive and Google Docs. Ours does, and it really is a tool that we can utilize to collaborate with multiple people. All right, and at the college level, they're starting to use it quite often as well. And so that's my focus is how we need to prepare our students for their future in which they're going to be met. Now, is Google Drive and Google Docs going to be a future? I don't know, but it's definitely the now, something people are using now. And it puts a big emphasis on the word that we often hear, teamwork or collaborate. Okay, so collaboration. Oh, there's my essential question. So how often do you engage in curriculum collaboration with your colleagues, which we're going to talk about how can you do this to cut down meeting times and collaborate through Google, and then also with your students. Collaboration, to work jointly with others or together, especially in an intellectual endeavor. 3 groups that we need to, as teachers, or we're told to collaborate with, or that we need to work closely with. Students, parents, and colleagues. We're going to address ways, or some ways in which we can collaborate with those individuals today within this presentation. So let's start with the basics of Google. Collaborating, right? The biggest thing we need to know or be able to do within Google is to be able to share documents or share slides or share forms. Okay, there are different types of sharing. All right. Now, when you go to share something, and I can show you guys how to share a document or share a form or share a slide, but you need to know what type of sharing you are doing. First off, edit. This allows the student or allows the person you are sharing it with to actually edit that document. So if you send a document to Jeff and I want him to, and I say can edit, he can edit and change that entire document. Okay, so if you send that to him, make sure you're aware of that. Now, other option you can do is comment. So students cannot actually edit the document, they can't change it, but they can comment on it. So they can add comments into it. The comments will show up on the side. All right, so that's an option. The option I use most often is view. So when I send a document to my students, I say can view it. And the reason I do that is because it will allow the students to see it, but they can't edit anything in it. Now, if I want them to edit it, what I tell them to do is to make a copy of it. And then that becomes their document, and it copies that exact document that I sent to them. So say I'm doing a worksheet on Google, or say I'm doing something that I want them to write in answers. I send it to them as a view only, and then they make a copy of it, and then they fill in the answers below.
And how did they make a copy?
That's what I'm going to show you right now, is how do you make a copy. So if you want to make a copy, here's the presentation right here of, or the
Is this
resource
the
page.
PowerPoint that you just sent us?
What's that?
Are you gonna share the PowerPoint? That
Yeah,
you
the
sent us?
the PowerPoint should already be shared with you.
Okay, so you're not sharing that, you're doing, this is something different, you're gonna
Correct.
show us how, okay.
Yep, so
You're
this
gonna
is
show
how
us
to make a copy.
Okay.
Make a copy,
So
so,
I could make a copy of your PowerPoint that you sent me.
correct, and you could edit it however you want,
Got it, okay.
okay? So here's my resource page that was on when you guys got sent the, what are the descriptions and that kind of thing. If I wanna make a copy of this, I just click on File right up at the top here, and you go down and it says Make a Copy. Now, when I click Make a Copy, it's gonna come up with a title, or what you wanna name it. Whenever you make a copy, it's always gonna say copy of, and the exact title you have. So my title was Matt Bach using Google Drive and Docs resource page. It's gonna say copy of, and then that title. What I would recommend is if you're naming it or you're having the kids name it, give them something specific to name it. Okay, so when we do folders, I tell the kids to put US history, their last name, first name, and what period they're in. So it'd say US history, Baki, Matt, period 2. Okay? Because one time I did this and I said, all right, name it US history, and I got US history, US history, US history, US history, and I didn't know whose it was. Okay, so make sure you are specific on how you want them to name it. That's up to you. I have some other options or some other ways you can name it later on in the presentation that I'll show you. Okay, now the other part of this is if you want to share it with the same people. So say Jeff is on my team at Valley, and I create a document or I make a copy of it and I want to share it with my team members who already have access to this document. All I have to do is click share with the same people, and it automatically gets shared with Jeff or my team members. Okay? So this is the basics of how to share things. Again, view, I think, is the best when working with students. And the reason is because then it doesn't change your document at all. It does not edit your actual document, it just allows them to view it, and then if you want them to edit it, have them make a copy. Now, the one thing about that is after they make a copy of it, and they put in the answers, they have to share it back with you. Okay? And if you say share it with me, typically most of the students know how to share. Okay? Or a student in the class would be able to show them how to share. Okay? That's one of the other things is the students oftentimes know more about Google Drive and Docs than I do. So
does this look the same if you're in a document that I put in Google Classroom?
In some capacity, yes.
So that you can have the students take a quiz on Google Classroom.
Yep.
You have to choose the sharing.
Can edit or can view.
Yeah.
Now, one of the cool things about Google Classroom actually is one of the options Google Classroom gives you is if you post an assignment on there, it will automatically make a copy of it for them.
Okay.
So
So then they will have editing rights.
Correct.
Or
yep. No, well now
or answering. They can
answering
answer
privileges, correct.
Okay.
Yep, and there's an option that says make a copy automatically for them.
Okay.
And so when they click on it, it's automatically going to make a copy.
Okay.
Now they'll have to go in and rename it, however. The
Mhm.
cool thing also about Google Classroom is when they turn that assignment in, it automatically goes to a folder
Yeah.
in your drive for you,
Yeah.
which is really cool. If you guys haven't learned about Google Classroom, highly recommend it. It's awesome. Okay, so that's the sharing, different types of sharing, how you can share different things. All right. Now, collaborating with Google. Another thing just to be aware of is revision history. Okay, so if I have this document out there and oops, something happened, someone edited it, and I don't want it that way anymore, I can change it back to whatever I want it by going into the revision history and clicking on whoever it is that changed it. So I'm going to show you how that works here real quick. So if you go to, again, I'm going to use this document right here just as a reference. If I want to check the revision history, right at the top it says when it was last edited. So it says last edit was 11 hours ago. I click on that. Up pops up my revision history. As you can see, Scott Conrad created it, and there's where I edited it. Now, if I want to see what I did at August 18th,